Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Getting Personal with Parkinson's, a Facebook Live weekly conversation series. I'm Whitney Chapman, the producer of this program, and the Yoga for PD instructor here at the Marlene Meyerson JCC, stepping in today for Caroline Colas. Getting Personal with Parkinson's is part of the Edmund J. Safra Parkinson's Wellness Program that is offered here at the JCC and supported by New York's largest healthcare provider, Northwell Health. For more than 12 years, the JCC has been hosting programs for individuals living with Parkinson's, and I'm honored to have been a part of this program since its inception. You can find these programs on our website at www.jccmanhattan.org/Parkinson's, and we'll put that link in our comment section below. For those of you joining us for the first time, welcome. This program is for anyone who is living with or has been impacted by Parkinson's, those diagnosed, as well as family and friends. These conversations are designed to help put a face to Parkinson's and to introduce you to people living and thriving with PD. Our conversations can include celebrities, experts, and professionals who work with PD, and we welcome your input. If you want to be a guest, or if you know someone we should feature, or if there's a topic that you think would be of interest, please let us know. You can email me directly at wchapman, that's WCHAPMAN, at mmjccm.org. And again, you'll find that information in this comment section below. Now, I am excited to introduce to you Ian Feurtado, who teaches drum for Parkinson's. Ian is joining us as part of our partnership with the Friedberg JCC. And you will see that Ian is dynamic and an energetic being. Oh my gosh. He is the staff manager at Metro Physical Therapy, where he has worked for the past 8 years. After receiving his bachelor's in biology from the University of Rochester, he acquired his master's degree in business from Adelphi University. Compiling all of his skills as a dancer, personal trainer, businessman, and scholar, Ian has diversified his repertoire to apply to many different fitness aspects, such as teaching silver sneakers and drums for Parkinson's. In his free time, Ian is an avid runner, music enthusiast, and enjoys playing chess. Ian and Caroline had an opportunity to chat recently, which we recorded, and I want to share that with you now. If you have questions as you're watching, please put them in the comment section, and I'll do my best to address them after our conversation. So, take it away, Caroline and Ian.
Just excited to have you here and to learn about this program that you're doing. So tell us, Ian, a little bit about yourself. You're a personal trainer and a group fitness instructor, and you manage a physical therapy practice. How did you get into this profession, and where did your interest in working with Parkinson's come from?
Yeah, for sure. So first off, let me just say that I'm really excited to be here, really thankful and grateful to be a part of the program because I think, one of the biggest things with Parkinson's is that people aren't aware of the community. They aren't aware of the disease. So anything I can do to make a contribution like this program that you guys have going on, I'm like more than thankful and more than grateful to do. So going back to a little bit about me, I actually, attended college at the University of Rochester, where I received my bachelor's in biology. I was also a dancer in college. I'm huge on music. Growing up, I played the saxophone and the piano, and then the music just brought me into dancing, and then I started dancing in college. I started working as like a physical therapy aide. It's just a very entry-level internship kind of position where you get a really good feel for the field. And then I fell in love. I was like, physical therapy is something I can see myself doing. Ultimately, I decided to get my master's in business from Adelphi University. After I graduated, I pitched a position to the owner. I said, I think your company could really use a fitness director. The owner accepted, thought it was a beautiful idea. We started doing programs. I started managing staff, and the physical therapy business just started growing and cultivating. And I started to meet so many people in the fitness and health world. And one of the things that I really gravitated towards was Parkinson's. It first started with somebody from the Dance for Parkinson's program in Brooklyn reaching out to us, seeing if we wanted to be an instructor. And I was like, dancing and helping out, like that's like what I'm all about. So then I took the course, became certified as a dance for Parkinson's instructor, and I loved
Beautiful.
it. Somebody came in with some drums, and I believe it was like a drumtastic program that they had where their apparatus is a little bit different from mine. I put it together, and because of my background in music and dance and fitness, I was really able just to cater this drum for Parkinson's program or class that I teach, specifically for people with Parkinson's. So that's how everything came up to be in terms of my background and how I got to where I am now.
Wow, this is amazing.
Yeah, it's
I
great.
just
It's
have to take a
awesome.
moment
Thank you.
to reflect. We have had um, Uta on the show. She teaches dance for PD, and she has been on the show, and she's teaching a class right now that she's creating for us during the summer. So
Hmm.
I love the Dance for PD program,
It's
and David
awesome.
Leventhal and
Yes.
Orly and Pamela Quinn. And so they're dear colleagues and friends. And so I'm not surprised at all that you're a Dance for PD instructor. That's wonderful. So,
Hmm.
gosh. But how does the physical therapy, and why is physical therapy so helpful for people living with Parkinson's? And what's the difference between physical therapy, let's say, and working with a personal trainer? Because you're both.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think, when it comes to physical therapy, there's a stronger educational background in terms of understanding the neuromuscular connections that really deals with the symptoms from Parkinson's. Because when it comes to Parkinson's, it's all about managing the symptoms and knowing how the muscles work and knowing the neurological aspect of it too. So that's where physical therapy really comes in because of, there's the big program where I know a lot of occupational therapists and physical therapists, and I work closely with them. But specifically with Parkinson's, it has become really beneficial for those individuals who I've seen who have come into the office and just learned to change their attitude towards it and to change their perspective in terms of what they need to do to manage their symptoms and manage their Parkinson's, and so that it can become manageable on their daily lifestyles.
Yeah, I'm encouraging our constituents and our participants in our programs to work with a physical therapist. And in fact, we're working with Samantha Levine, who's going to be bringing LSVT Big
That's
with
awesome.
Gloria, right?
Yeah,
Gloria at the Friedberg JCC. That's another partnership that we're doing. We're doing the partnership with you and this amazing program. And then also Samantha's going to be teaching LSVT Big in a group. So we're
that's
really
great.
excited about the fall and working with you and with her and bringing the program to our both of our communities. We know that there's something though with rhythm and Parkinson's. Do you
Absolutely.
know what I'm talking about? And I know that when there is rhythm that is
Hmm.
used, that can really help people with Parkinson's. Can you talk more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think from my experience and from my studies, it's kind of like the law of facilitation. The more times you get the muscles to fire and that neuron transmits down repeatedly and repeatedly, it almost like remembers that motion over and over again. So when you do it again, it's easier to do. And with a lot of like drum for Parkinson's, dance for Parkinson's, there's a lot of repetition. There's also a lot of remembering what move to do and how to do it and the strength that you have to do it. I remember doing this. I can do this easier now because there have been so many, repetitions beforehand.
Yeah. Well, and also I would think that if you're frustrated at all, just hitting
Yeah,
something
absolutely. Yeah,
would be
definitely.
great,
Hmm.
just on the emotional side of things.
Dopamine is like a feel good neurotransmitter. So, on one aspect, you have that neuromuscular repetition of exercise, but you also have that music aspect that it feels good. Like I want to do it again.
One of the things that I'm so excited about is this idea of working with the hands.
Hmm.
And my understanding from what interviews that I've done with neurologists is that the hands have a very large map in the brain,
Right, right,
second
right.
only to the lips.
Hmm.
So I can imagine that if I'm holding on to something and I'm actually creating rhythm and there's vibration that are coming through my hands and I'm creating patterns, that must be
Absolutely.
incredibly stimulating for the
For
brain.
sure, for sure. I mean, there's fine motor skills, down to the fingertips. And then you have gross motor skills, which are very, very large. So you mentioning that the hands being one of the largest maps in the brain makes perfect sense because you have to do so much with your hands, whether it's small, medium, or big. You can, really channel through all of these movements. So definitely 100%.
So I know that sometimes with Parkinson's, people have comorbidities or they also have, injuries in their shoulders and different things like that. Can they
Mhm.
still do a class like this if they're having challenges with their shoulders? And or who is this class designed for?
Absolutely. I mean, I've had, everyone from different ages, from different backgrounds, from different injuries. Sometimes people have difficulty, lifting their arms over the shoulders. So I'll
Mhm.
always make sure that they have a substitute to do. So if they can't go up, they can go forward. You know what I'm saying? If we go up
Right.
to the side, they can go across. So I always make sure that would probably be the one biggest thing that I advise before I teach any of my classes, that there are always substitute exercises or substitute movements that they can do, and because of that, it really hasn't limited anyone. Haven't had anyone take a class and say, you know what, I can't take this class. You know what I'm saying? Due
Oh,
to
that's
physical
great.
limitations, which is great, which is awesome, because, I really want this class to be available to everyone. And really make sure that I do cater it to everyone as well. Mhm.
Well, it's like there's over 200 bones and over 700 muscles in the body, right? And so when we
Yes.
think about that 200, 700, we talk about that in NIA, the technique I teach all the time. It's like, okay, how many different combinations can the
Right.
right you can come
Absolutely.
up with it? And it's like infinite. So
Yes,
I love what you're
exactly.
saying, which is, wait a second, these aren't just the only moves. The body's designed to move in multidimensional ways.
Mhm.
So if you're limited in some way because of your shoulder or any kind of injury, we'll find a way to move around that, right?
Absolutely. Yeah,
So
definitely.
that's cool. And I have to ask this question because I know my constituents will ask it. What if I don't have any rhythm? Can I still try and do this? What do what am I going to do if I can't keep the beat?
It's so funny because so many people come into class, they'll be like, well, you know what? I'm really concerned about my rhythm. And I'm like, listen, no, if you can move, you can take the class. I've been teaching this class for about 4 years, and I have people who have been with me for 4 years, and their rhythm has gotten better and progressed every single year, and that's huge, when you talk about a disease that's designed to move backwards, but I have seen improvements moving forwards, which is fantastic.
Wow. I remember now I took an African drumming class
Yeah,
from my
yeah, yeah.
friend Michael Marcus. And one of the things that happened to me during the class was uh, I got the rhythm and I could keep it for a little while and then it would like leave me entirely.
There's so much going on that you definitely can lose the cadence, but that's part of the practice, because losing the cadence means that your body isn't just accustomed to the movement yet. It's not so natural as other things are. So
Right.
as your body's trying to keep up, it's like, wait a minute, I'm kind of exhausted. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is quite the exercise that I wasn't ready for. What are you doing to me? So you'll kind of like lose that cadence a little bit, but then you'll catch yourself and then you can pick it up right back again, which is part of that focus. Hmm.
I love that. It's like you can start where you are and also work on your potential too at the same time,
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
Now,
Absolutely.
I am so curious. Is that really a laundry basket? What
Yeah,
supplies
yeah,
do we
yeah,
need? Yeah.
yeah.
What supplies do people need here?
So I have with me here, it's a 45 centimeter ball. I want it to be comfortable. So I didn't want any like too arching over. And sometimes with a bigger ball, you have to come up on here and then arch a little bit, but it's like a perfect height. And the laundry basket is kind of like awesome because I've seen so many people copy the style. And I'm like, yes, because it's affordable. One thing's about fitness, you don't want it to break the bank.
So I don't have any supplies today, but could you give us a little demonstration of what the class is like? And could I just use, and the folks watching today, could we play along by just using our hands?
Yeah, no, definitely, definitely. A lot of the times, when I'm explaining this to people, I don't have like a ball and a basket with me. So I kind of like, demonstrate just using my hands. So here we go. So hands here. When I go down on the ball, you can go down on your thighs, or when I go up with the sticks, you could just do a clap. Okay.
Okay.
So if I go down, up, or two down, two up, down, up, down, up, or even alternating.
Okay.
Exactly. So I'll go through like a little warm up exercise that I do without music, so you can kind of get a better idea of what's going on. All right.
I can't wait.
Excellent. All right. So we're just going to follow me. All of my movements, again, sticks down, our hands on the thighs, sticks up, our clapping with the hands. Okay. So here we go. We're going to start on the ball, and 1, 2, 3, and alternate, same speed. 1, 2, 3, down, up, 1, 2, 3, 2 down, 2 up, and down, up, down, up, down, up, back on the ball, and 1, 2, 3, alternate, same speed, and 1, 2, 3, 4, double time, and 1, 2, 3, down, up, 1, 2, 3, 2 down, 2 up, and 1, 2, 3, alternate, same speed, and 1, 2, 3, double time, and 1, 2, 3, down, up, 1, 2, 3, 2 down, 2 up, and 2, 3, back on the ball, and 1, 2, 3, alternate, and 1, 2, 3, 4, fast as you can, and relax. There it is. Oh, yeah.
That was so much fun and such a workout.
Yeah, definitely an invigorating experience, as I like to say, for sure,
Wow. So we've been talking a little bit about the brain and rhythm connection, but
yes,
why again is this so important and helpful for folks living with PD? After this, doing this class, as you said, you see people remembering the patterns, sustaining the patterns over time, having fun. I mean, those are the things that I would think that are the pros of this. But is there anything else that they'll really gain from participating in this class?
Yeah, I think, my biggest thing is that there's power in movement. It's just the motivation, not just to leave your house or just to leave, the normal lifestyle, but it gives you purpose, it gives you drive, it gives meaning to your life. So that's my biggest thing, is that this movement that will just power and drive you and just change your attitude that I need to keep going, because there is so much to live for. There's so much to experience. Even the community of people that are in the class, you learn to develop relationships of people who are going through the same thing that you are. Because sometimes, hearing from somebody's perspective will give you a deeper appreciation for life, and that's all on the basis of, I want to move, I need to move. Moving is good for me. So I think that's the biggest thing, is just movement to motivate.
If I get into action and I'm getting into these rhythms and I'm following along, there's also this sense that music has, that I'm making sound, I'm working with somebody else. There's something else that's happening in the space too,
Yeah. That music, it just creates the environment of like love and positivity, and just really sets you up to succeed in terms of, just channeling all of that movement and channeling all of that motion. So it's great. I love music. I don't know what I'd do without it.
Yeah, I know. And it's fascinating, even how we hear. I was listening to wonderful, again, neuroscientists talk about, that the sound is like, it's like an electrical stimulus.
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
so amazing what happens in our ear and how we hear.
Right.
It's electrical, and to
Yeah.
me that's like electricity. That's like life. That's that vitality. So
Yes.
here somebody has had a diagnosis of Parkinson's, and we have a lot of folks that tune into our show that are just newly diagnosed. What would you like somebody, or what would you share with someone who is newly diagnosed with PD?
I would tell them, don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. You'll never know what you'll find. You'll never know what you'll learn about other people. You'll never know what you learn about yourself, because there's so much to learn and there's so much to experience. Take chances, like go out there, take life by the horns and just keep pushing, keep going, because you're living for yourself. It's just maintenance and just finding different channels and different routes to see what is the best way to maintain who I am, because all of us have different things that we like. And I think it can be somewhat, challenging when you see something working for someone else and it's not working for yourself. But it's always important to remember, I am one in a million. You know what I'm saying? I'm a very unique individual. What I love to do makes me me, and I need to find out what works best for me. So, say, for example, I had somebody who took my drum for Parkinson's class and they weren't really into it. And I said, hey, listen, they have other classes out there. They have painting, they have boxing for Parkinson's, and that person loves boxing for Parkinson's and just fell in love with something different. Now, again, the drumming didn't work for that person, but the boxing did, and she will still come back to the drum class just to say hi to everybody in the class to see how they're doing.
This has been so much fun. I thank you for sharing your drumming program with us, and we look forward to having your class on our schedule in partnership with the Friedberg JCC this
Yes,
fall.
absolutely.
Any last thoughts that you want to share with our viewers today?
Go out into the world, meet people, have fun, learn things you never learned before, and just live your life to the fullest, definitely with positivity and gratefulness. So thank you for having me here. I really, really do appreciate it.
Yes. Well, be safe and be well, and we'll see you in the
Yes,
fall.
same to you. Take care. Thank you, everyone.
Wow, what great energy. I am so glad Ian is bringing his Drum for Parkinson's class to our joint program with the Friedberg JCC. And thank you, Gloria LeBeau, for introducing us to Ian. We'll put the link for his Drum for PD class in the comments below so you can register. It's going to be starting in October. And we'll also send you the information about how to get the ball, the sticks, and the basket. We want to make it very easy. The other thing I want to tell you is that our fall season of classes begins next week. So if you're interested in learning about any of our programs, we have a brand new Nordic walking for PD, LSVT big, Nia, yoga, PD moves, chair exercise, and of course, our drums for PD. Check out the link below for our upcoming programs. It's in the comment section. And if you have any questions about our programs, about getting personal with PD, please email me. It's wchapman@mmjccm.org, and you can find that in the comment section as well. I want to thank you so much for spending your lunchtime with us. And I want to let you know that next week, Caroline will be having a live conversation with photographer J.M. Tolani. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful afternoon and keep drumming.